You're almost human. Almost. Somewhere through the ages past, however, the infernal taint of the nine hells has seeped into your ancestry. You are a Tiefling. Beyond the cosmetic indications of this heritage, you are graced with the subtle, supernatural gifts of a hellish legacy. This is your introduction to Tieflings for 5th edition D&D.
Don't know how to play? We'll show you the way. Handbooker helper. Handbooker helper.
Maybe you already know what class you want to play. But before you get there, you'll need to define your PC's ancestry by choosing one of the standard races in the player's handbook. Perhaps you've had your fill of the more traditional races like elves, dwarves, and humans in your games. With their extraplanar origins, Tieflings are certainly a break from the norm. You can even consider the high fantasy setting of any given D&D game normal, but Tieflings still look predominantly human, but their appearance is tinged with telltale signs of deviltry. Most Tieflings have horns, tails, and sharp teeth, and when it isn't red, their skin tone sweeps the full color spectrum. This is generally an indicator of the source of your infernal heritage. Their hair is usually dark, sometimes featuring shades of dark reds, violets, or blues, but the details are up to you. Tieflings go by many names in the Dungeons & Dragons cosmology. Some Tieflings adopt what's known as a virtue name, which symbolizes a virtue or other ideal that they seek to embody. Names like Creed, Glory, or Jester, for instance. A virtue name is more than a nickname, though. It's a way of life that guides your character on their path to adventure. Of course, sometimes it can be nice to have a name that's a little bit less conspicuous. Therefore, some Tieflings choose to take on names from the cultures they're born into, or inherit the infernal names of their ancestry. And that ancestry is really what being a Tiefling is all about. With the infernal legacy racial trait, you'll know the Thaumaturgy Cantrip at the start of the game, and can eventually cast Hellish Rebuke and Darkness once per long rest. While you wait for these devilish powers to kick in, you can enjoy an increase to intelligence and charisma, along with Darkvision and the Hellish Resistance trait, which, as one might imagine, provides resistance to fire damage. Of course, there are other, more abyssal bloodlines for Tieflings waiting to be discovered, but there's no better feeling than mastering the basics, and the children of Asmodeus are classic. With that boost to intelligence and charisma, Tieflings are perfect if you're looking to build a bard, wizard, warlock, or sorcerer. Of course, this is D&D, you can build anything you like. Blood Hunter, for example. This has been your introduction to Tieflings for 5th edition D&D.
Stay devilish, my fiends.
Handbooker helper. Handbooker helper.